The topic of Indians sleeping on the beach in Pattaya, Thailand, has spread on the internet. Many people accuse the Indians of disrupting the order of the beach and bringing negative impacts to Pattaya's tourism industry. Indians said that Thais have nothing to be proud of, and their gold necklaces were stolen by Thais when they were hugging. There are also some videos on the internet showing Thai police questioning Indian tourists and local residents fighting with Indians. In fact, too many tourists in a single country often cause conflicts between locals and tourist groups. Residents of popular attractions want to make more money, but they don't want too many tourists to lead to public service tension and damage to facilities. This is impossible. Because no matter how high the quality of a country is, there are low-quality tourists. The quality of the people of the United States, the world's first superpower, is far lower than that of other developed countries overseas. Because the population base of the United States is far greater than that of other developed countries, and Americans are more flamboyant. I have to defend Indians a little in the video, because there are really not many places they can go. Indian immigrants have become the focus of public criticism in Canada, Australia, the United States, and New Zealand. Especially after their defecation behavior on the Canadian beach was exposed by local white people. Indians did not choose to reflect on their poor hygiene habits, but collectively accused the girl who posted the post of racial discrimination and launched cyber violence against her. However, this move caused the global media to frantically criticize the low quality of Indians, and countries began to expose the uncivilized behavior of Indian immigrants and tourists. Some people also shared their painful experiences when traveling in India or interacting with Indians. Indians quickly became synonymous with low quality and dirtiness. But to be fair, India has 1.4 billion people, a very low level of economic development, deep-rooted religious ideas, and caste system. And the Indian government has long implemented a foolish education, so the social atmosphere is very ignorant. In addition, Indians generally believe in the afterlife, so they don't have high requirements for this life. If they can barely cope with it, they are unwilling to improve. So Indians are not low quality and disrupt public order after going abroad. They are like this in their own country, and they think these behaviors are normal. If people from other countries criticize India, it will be classified as disrespecting Indian culture and racial discrimination. Indians' cognition of the world is completely different from that of people in other countries. Some basic human cognition and moral bottom line do not exist in India at all. So when they immigrate, study abroad, do business, travel, go abroad, and deal with foreigners, they will insist on doing things according to the customs of Indian society, which is simply anti-human behavior in the eyes of people from other countries. For example, Indians generally lack the spirit of contract. When doing business with Indians, you can never ship goods as long as the money is not paid after negotiating a contract. Otherwise, once your goods arrive at the Indian port, Indian importers can find many reasons to delay payment. If you want to get the balance, you need to sue these companies in India, but corruption is rampant in India. The cost of suing in India will far exceed the loss of business, and most victims can only admit that they are unlucky. When Indian businessmen tell you that they need 20 samples, you must not provide them for free. Because the big order they boasted about does not exist, and he wants these 20 samples only. They package themselves as regular companies and ask for samples from a large number of merchants for free. Most merchants doing international trade do not care about this loss. After they are deceived by Indians many times, they will realize that this is a common method used by Indians. So they will not ask for losses, but will block Indians, or ask for full payment before delivery, and will not fantasize about long-term cooperation with Indians. Every business may be the last cooperation. Another example is that a well-known YouTube blogger who traveled to India was gang-raped by multiple people, which everyone thought was very bad. However, such things are very common in India. India has more vicious sexual violence crimes. Not to mention that local women are violated. Even goats and lizards are not spared. Yes, Most people find it incredible when they first see these news. They can't imagine whether the people who do these things can still be called human beings. Such things cannot be said to be absolutely absent in other countries, but they happen frequently in India, so that people have become accustomed to it. People in immigrant countries such as Canada and Australia often criticize Indians for getting jobs through fake academic qualifications, but they don't know that fake academic qualifications are not a shameful thing in Indian society. They only care about whether immigrant relatives can send back living expenses from abroad. If you can buy a fake academic qualification and find a job in a developed country, it is the honor of the whole family. If you don't know how to forge, you can only stay in the hellish living environment in India. As for what white people often complain about, Indians replace their fellow villagers for video interviews, help their fellow villagers get management positions, and then Indianize the company. In the eyes of Indians, these are completely normal behaviors. In India, survival is an eternal topic, morality and law are luxuries. And only stupid white people who have no worries about food and clothing will follow the rules. They deserve to be eliminated by Indians. Look at Silicon Valley. Do you still think Indians are joking? Ordinary Americans spend more than 10 years studying and carry huge student loans. During the interview, they find that they have lost to an Indian with a fake degree and can't speak English clearly. Whenever I see American media shocked by Chinese technology companies such as Huawei, BYD, DJI, TikTok, Temu, Shine, DeepSeek, etc., I want to laugh. China is not that powerful. It is Silicon Valley that has been Indianized. Therefore, Thais don't have to complain. Indians go to Thailand for tourism because Thailand has a good environment, rich tourism resources, and low consumption. It is now difficult for them to enter Western countries, and Asian countries such as China have also begun to tighten Indian visas. With more Indians, Thailand will only become a little dirtier and have more vicious incidents, but Indians will not immigrate to Thailand. Compared with Canada, which is becoming the second India, and Australia and the United States, which are about to become Indianized, your little thing is not worth making the news. If you are worried about affecting tourists from other countries, the Thai government can divide designated areas to specifically receive Indians. After all, India has 1.4 billion people, and some people have strong spending power. It's just that the habits they have developed in India of not abiding by public order and taking advantage of small things have been deeply rooted in their DNA and are difficult to correct in a short period of time. As a tourist country, it should be more tolerant. Indians sleep on the beach just to save money on staying in hotels. And littering is not a shameful thing in Indian society. Besides, it is your honor for the people of the Bharat Empire to travel to Thailand. You are neither a superpower nor a space power, and you don't have aircraft carrier battle groups or nuclear weapons. Put away your prejudice against the Bharat Empire. You don't understand Indian culture at all.